अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are moving on to the next Pushpa, which is really unique. असौ वैतपन्नपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो मुष्यतपत आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अमुष्यतपत आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति. असौ वैतपन्नपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति. असौ वैतपन्नपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो मुष्यतपत आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अमुष्यतपत आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति. So, असौ वै तपन्नपाम् आयतनम् आयतनवान् bhavati. Here, asau vai, that one who, vai tapan napamayatanam, one who burns with blazing radiance, is the support, base, foundation of apa, of the water. See how beautifully they have used that one which burns, blazes intensely. It refers to sun, Surya, but they didn't use the direct word Surya, but they are saying asau vai tapannapamayatanam. So it has double meaning there. Let us get into it gradually. That one burning like this scorching sun is the support base of water. So there is direct connection between the sun, who is intensely burning, and the whole system of water in the whole manifestation. Isn't it? Because of the sun, because of the heat in different levels, the water solidifies, and also it becomes water, liquid, and it also vaporizes. So the whole movement of the water in the whole manifestation is uh, modulated, circulated, and controlled by sun. There is direct connection. So who is that sun? What are his characteristics? Sun is self-illuminous. His self-illuminous, which is one of the qualities of that Brahman, self-illuminous. And he is also in the witness mode all the time. It looks like he is involved in lighting up the whole universe, in giving the heat to the universe. But he is not doing anything. He's just in the witness mode. He is just present. Because he himself is self-illuminous, the light is just coming naturally. Because he's burning intensely, the heat is also just coming continuously on its own. So he's just present as he is. That means he is not involved in any action. He's there as a witness to the whole manifestation. It refers to, the sun refers to even every living being. Within, we all have that sun, which is Atma. It is that Atma which is burning like sun, is the one who is giving the heat to the whole body. Apadatala mastaka. It comes in Narayana Sukta as well. Santapayati swam deham apadatala mastaka. It is that Atma which is burning like sun, which provides the heat to the whole body, starting from the sole of the feet all the way up to the head. And also in Aditya Upanishad, they also say, Adityo vai shabda sparsha rupa rasagandha. So, it is that sun which is the source for all the five Panchabhutas, and the qualities of the Panchabhutas are also controlled by this sun. So it is a very good simile which we are experiencing every day in this world, who has the nature exactly like that Brahman, who is self-illuminous and who is always in the witness mode, but providing the support to the whole manifestation to be created and sustenance, and also for annihilation, dissolving the whole universe. Even in that Brahman is supporting as the base. And even in Gayatri Mantra, we are praying Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, that Savitu is none other than the creator, who is compared to that sun, who is self-illuminous, who is giving that light of consciousness to all. So in all these things, we see Brahman, who is the pure Atma, is compared or given the analogy of sun, whom we are all experiencing every day in this world. So we are able to correlate in what way that Brahman is working. So, by being self-illuminous, that burning sun is giving life to earth. So when we compare it to our own selves, it is that Atma which is giving life to this Sharira, which is Parthiva Sharira, which is earth. This body, physical body is earth, made of earth. And he acts as though the sun who is within acts as though he is the one who is doing everything. But actually, he's just sending his light of consciousness to the mind, to the five senses, to this physical body. He's just providing the light of consciousness, because of which body and the mind is getting into action. So that sun is very much within every living being. So the mind, which is called aham, mano buddhi ahankara chitta, that aham is that jiva, pure atma, which is embedded by the three bodies, sharira traya, isn't it? Because of that, the mind is thinking, I am that sun, I am that creator, I am that sustainer. So that ego, I, is thinking, I am that one base or the support like the sun, and I am the one who is controlling the body. I am the one who is perceiving everything through all the five senses. But actually, the mind is inert, but it is thinking that it is the one who is doing all these things. In fact, it is the sun, self-illuminous sun. With witness mode, it is just supporting as the base. Without realizing this, forgetting this fact, who that Atma is, who I am in reality, he is becoming the mind, aham, the false I, or the ego I, and getting into the trouble, getting into the actions which is making his presence in this universe as a samsarin. He gets into the experiences of life as a jivi, as jivatma. So what happens? He is also burning intensely. Asau vai tapan napamayatanam. The same one being can live as jivatma, jivi, going through the experiences of life as a victim of the experiences. So there will be so much of trouble, turmoil in the life. And in that process of experiencing as jivatma, We are prolonging our turmoil from Janma to Janma to Janma. And we are burning in that as Jivatma. So what happens now if we understand? Asau vai tapannapamayatanam. It is that which is burning like the scorchy sun is the source of all experiences of life, which is apa, the water. He is the Jivatma, who is the support of all the experiences of life. Isn't it? Because that false I ego wants to achieve, wants to perceive, wants to possess. The experiences are created. And he holds on to it. And he wants to experience it in full capacity. When it doesn't happen, he goes through the turmoil. And he burns in that turmoil. And if those desires, vasanas, are not fulfilled, that aham will keep on holding on to it and tries to get the next birth with the new body to accomplish it completely. When he can't do it in that janma or the body, he leaves that and again goes to the next and tries to find the new body. So like that, we are prolonging that burning as Jivatma. So because of that burning, tapana, tapata, Jivatma is becoming the base for all experiences of life. Apa. So he is living as Jivatma. He's taking that as the base, that as the support, that as the foundation, and he lives full Jivatma life as though it is permanent. That is his way, Jivatma. Aso vai tapannapamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati. And yomushyatapata ayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati. One who knows, such a burning one, that is Jivi, one when he comes to know what is that support, amushya tapata is amushya, this one, such a one, tapata, who is burning. Ayatanam veda, one who knows the ayatana of that, then also he becomes ayatanavan. He becomes a person who is endowed with a good support and the base. That means there is a chance for him to elevate. This is the stage of seeking, growing in the evolution as a real human being with wisdom. At this stage, one who knows the real support of this one who is burning, that is Jiva, he will get the right support. That is what here it is saying. One can be Jivi for many, 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 many janmas. there comes a point when that GV realizes, I don't think this is the right way of getting stagnated. I want to seek further. This is not the end of it. There must be something higher than this. So he starts his quest, questioning about who am I? That when it enters into the ego, those questions enter into the ego. Naturally, the path of ego changes. This stage of a person in his seeking, I can give you the example of, if a person is held in a house which is burning with fire, all around there is fire, and he is stuck in that house. Luckily, he finds one woolen blanket and he covers himself. So it is a very temporary support or base or solution which he is getting by taking that woolen blanket around him. But that is not the eternal solution. The problem is not done. It is temporary escape. But by putting that blanket around him, he will go to the next level of escaping, which is going out of the house of burning fire. Got it? Got the point? So in the same way, one is staying in the jivatma state, encouraging that aham, the false I, to get into the pleasures of five senses, into the desire of acquiring the objects, people, relationship. He goes deep into it and he finds himself a support as Jivatma in the very first level. When he goes to the next level and thinks, what is it that I am looking for in these experiences of life? What is the benefit of going behind, seeking the pleasures of these? Who will be happy? Am I the happy person? Is it really giving me the happiness, peace in my life? What is it? What do I need? When he starts inquiring, that is when he will feel that I want to get out to the next realm. I want to transcend from this Jivatma level. And he works towards it. So he gets into the mode of seeking that realization. Yo mushyatapat ayatanam veda ayatanaman bhavati. So he questions what is the support of the one GV who is burning like this. That is when, as an answer, he will realize, oh, it is the sun, it is the creator, it is the Brahman who is self-illuminous in the witness mode, is very much within me. I have forgotten. I want to be one with it. But I am totally embalmed with three bodies: physical body, mental body, causal body. Sthula, Sukshma, Karana Shariras. I want to get out of it, to experience that self, Brahman, who is very much there within. I want to. That is when apovai amushyatapata ayatanam. That is when he realizes it is the water, it is the experiences of life which has become the pumping, boosting force, propeller, which is supporting that burning one GV. So, I am in eternal reality is not that false I, nor the experiences of life and the witness sun, who is self-illuminous and always witnessing. He's just present. And because of the presence of that, the mind is working, the body is acting, and the objects are also there with whom we are interacting. That understanding comes. Apovai amushyatapada. To this, such a burning one, it is the experiences of life which is boosting that Jivatma to go through those experiences and get burnt. See how, even if we understand, even theoretically, if we understand that the relationship is between the mind, which is inert on its own, which doesn't have the capacity to work on its own, unless the eternal Sun, Brahman, sends the ray of consciousness. He will not be able, the mind will not be able to work. In the same way, the experiences of life, even they are like the waves and it's not permanent. Each experience keeps coming, sustains, it is created, sustained, and then it is annihilated. So even that is not permanent. The interaction is happening between those two. While I am putting it on my own self as Jivatma, grow out of it. So, yopam veda ayatanavan bhavati. Gradually, when he acquires the skill of being in witness mode for all the experiences, without becoming the victim, involved victim of each experience as Jivatma. Experience the same life with witness mode as Brahman, to experience the bliss every minute, in every action, every experience, because he knows the eternal base support is none other than Brahman, the pure consciousness, the self, Parama Atma, is the one who is playing his Leela. It is the game of the consciousness which is making the mind to work, get into action. It is that ray of consciousness which is making the body play around. So it's a game, it is a drama which is put up just for fun as the whole life. but we are forgetting that it is a game. And we are taking it for real. And so we are staying as Jivatma most of our time. Only when we are fast asleep, we are not going through that. So it is in our hands to take the benefit of this knowledge and live that knowledge. So the next one, and also in Brahma Jnanavali of Shankaracharya, he also very beautifully puts Antarjyote Bahirjyote Pratyajyote Parat Parat Jyotirjyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Atmajyoti Shivosmyaham. It is that Atma which every one of us have, every being, every living being has that Atma Jyoti, which is the Jyoti of, which is the light of all lights, which we are experiencing within, without, directly, indirectly. So, ego, I is an entity which has come into existence only because of the multitude of experiences in life. That is apa. We have to realize and live it. So the next one is the moon. Chandrama va apamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati yaschandramasa ayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati आपो वै चन्द्रमस आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपमायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति. So here Chandrama, in the very first mantra Pushpa, we studied how Chandra is a flower which was equivalent to the knowledge. That is, the mind is the knowledge. Now we are studying the same Chandra, the same mind as Ayatana, a base, a support, an abode, a good grip. So even we see it in Purusha Sukta. Chandrama manaso jatah. Chandrama manaso jatah. See the connection there also. And if we understand why that aham, the false I, ego, which we are all living as Jivatma, is because of that notion, I am this body, I am this mind. Aham. Because of that limitation, we are thinking all the time. We do things to live longer. To live longer. And to gain happiness, also, we do action. isn't it? And also, we get into action to get the knowledge, to know. So these are the things which make us get into action, get into experience one after another, one after another. As Jivatma, we live with notions of concepts as our base. So this mantra Pushpa gives us the chance to understand, realize, and grow out of the abode, ayatana, as Jivatma. So let us see. Chandrama va apamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati. Chandra, the moon, is the base for water. So we can directly go into understanding. Moon is the representation of mind. Mind is the source of all experiences in life. If we look at moon, what are the characteristics? What are the nature? Again, moon and water are directly connected. During full moon, the water rises up as huge waves. During new moon, when there is no moon at all, the waves will not be that high. So take the same, the connection between the mind and all experiences of life. When the mind is in full-fledged eagerness, enthusiasm, the mind is ready to do many, many things. It wants as many experiences as possible. When the mind is silent, peaceful, calm, the experiences which it goes through will be very, very limited. Isn't it? That's the reason for seekers, meditation is a must. And daily meditation is all the more important to be in touch with the inner self. So, the next one, what we see is moon is not self-illuminous like sun. The moon provides a surface for the sun's light to reflect upon. In the same way, the mind also provides itself as a surface for that ray of consciousness from self to reflect upon. Got it? And moon, we see waxing and waning happening. The same thing happens to the mind also. It keeps swinging between two opposites like sorrow and happiness, feeling high and feeling low, creating duality. And without realizing that mind is enjoying the reflected light of the consciousness, the self-conscious, the light of consciousness from self. It forgets that. And it becomes self-illuminous on its own. That is how that Aham is working so strongly in all of us. Mind is totally dependent on that self to send its ray of consciousness. But it thinks it is the one who is enjoying, it is the one who is doing things, getting into action. So it goes through so much of turmoil. So that bliss or ananda is belonging to that Brahman, the self, pure consciousness. Mind is inert. And it very much correlates with what is happening with moon is happening with the mind. What is happening with the water is happening with all the experiences of life perceived and lived by the Jivatma. So, because of this, he's becoming ayatanavan bhavati. He's living like a Jivatma. Chandrama va apamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati. Mind, that aham, false I, is like the moon. That is the one which is providing the support or propelling force for all the experiences to be experienced. Because of which that being is having the base as Jivatma. Chandramasa ayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati. Chandramasa ayatanam. One who knows the support of this Chandramasa ayatanam. One who knows the support or base of Chandra, the mind. He becomes ayatanavan. If he really knows what is the base or what is the support of this mind, he gets the good grip and he realizes this mind will only make me if I give myself to this mind, which is volatile. I will be forever ending up as Jivatma, 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 even after many, many years and many, many janmas. So, gradually, the being starts working towards getting out of that limitation as Jivatma. One who knows the support of that mind will get the support. That is next level. One will evolve. Here I can give you the example. When we go from here, Canada or US, in the middle, we take a break in some other land for few hours, isn't it? So we all would have gone through 7 hours or 8 hours of plane journey, which is so uh, controlling. It's making our movements limited. Once we get down in that transit, we feel, I can walk around. relax myself. But that is very temporary. I realize it. But still, I go through that stage. And I will be looking forward for the finishing line of that journey to reach my destination. So, like that transit point, here Jivatma tries to seek the answers for the questions that, yes, I am Jivatma. I want to go out of it. How? What shall I do? What's the next step? When that contemplation becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, he starts having the connection with the self, and he realizes apo vai chandramasa ayatanam. For all these actions of mind, it is the experiences of life which is the support. The mind is supporting the experiences of life. In return, the experiences of life is boosting that mind to hold on to, take the grip of all the experiences and keep on going in the same state as Jivatma. It will not help me. Let me get the real support base, which is eternal base, eternal abode. What is it? I want to move in that direction. So when that determination comes, a being will reach the point where he sees that ayatanavan bhavati ya evam veda, yopam veda, ayatanavan bhavati. He really gets the support of Brahman as the abode, the eternal support, always giving to each being every moment. Whether we are in Jagrut, Swapna, Sushupti, it doesn't matter. Throughout, the base which is eternally there for us is that Brahman, the consciousness, the self. Other than that self, there is nothing else. Everything else is just illusorily created. And they are all only experiences. And an experience can never be permanent, eternal. Who is the base for those experiences? It is the Brahman. It is that burning sun. It is that Chandra who is elevating himself, finding out that it is the Brahman, not this Aham. Even that Chandra, mind, will also transcend itself and becomes dissolved in the Atma. Here we can understand Panchabhutas. They are not just five great elements, but they are Saguna Brahman, who are all helping us, guiding us, giving the life for us to experience it, take the lessons from every experience, and understand what I am. For example, the breeze is there everywhere. But we need a leaf or a hand to see, to experience that breeze. So only to that extent we have to use the body or the mind. Light is everywhere. Only when I keep an object, I realize it is falling on that object. So all the experiences through the body, through the mind, is there to experience, to get the lesson out of it, knowledge out of it, pushpa out of it. All are providing, all the five panchabhutas are providing that help. In Dakshinamurti's Ashtaka, again Shankaracharya gives Bhuram bhasya nalo nilo ambaram aharnatho himamshu puman ityabhati characharatmakamidam yasyaiva murtyashtakam nanyat kinchana vidyate vimrishatam yasmat parasmat vibhoho tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam, Shri Dakshina Murtaye. So, in this mantra, we see that all the five elements are Saguna Brahman. Along with the five elements, Bhu, Amba, Anala, Anilo, Ambara, Aharnatha, the sun, Himamshu, the moon, and Puman, all living beings. All these eight are nothing but the forms of Dakshinamurti, who is Brahman. Nirguna Brahman taking these eight forms. Other than that, what else is there? Everything will fall into one of these eight things. And nothing else exists. Everything has come out of that Brahman. And if you see Mantra Pushpa, there also it is teaching us. See the connection. In the first one, it was Apa with Chandra, and then Apa with Agni, Apa with Vayu, that is Prana, Apa with Surya, Apa with Chandra, Apa with Nakshatra, Apa with Parjanya, Apa, Apa. All experiences of life are directly connected with all these Saguna Brahmans. In one way or the other, they are teaching that it is the mind which is perceiving I am that aham, all pervading consciousness. I am in the witness mode. So, this mantra pushpa is really giving us a very good support to proceed in our sadhana. Ayatanavan bhavati ya evam veda yopam veda ayatanavan bhavati. So, many times we make the mistake of seeing silence and peace, nishabda, shanti, as one and the same. But it is not so. When we go through this apa and its experiences, silence, many times the silence comes out of fear, out of anger, out of sorrow. The mind becomes numb and the silence is there. But it is not the same as peace. Whereas the peace comes out of knowledge. Because of knowledge, the peace comes. And also out of contentment, one gets that shanti. And that gives joy. And it gives that calmness, serenity, and the mind, alert mind, to see, to perceive things in the right way. So one might come into questioning, if that is the case, what is the use of studying secular education? If everything is about, every experience is about mind, and mind is seen as temporary, inert, what is the use of it? Learning through the mind. It's not so. The mind is the one which can make us bound to the samsara. It is the same mind which can lead us towards liberation. So, all the secular knowledge, education is very much needed as stepping on the ladder. It is needed, but that is not the end of it. So, if we go deeper and deeper into any of the secular knowledge, any one thing, if we hold on to it with full understanding of that field, it will lead us towards understanding how Brahman, the self, consciousness, is the only eternal support. Everything else will fall down at one time or the other. Begging, if we take begging as an example, that itself can teach us so much to go deeper into finding through that begging as my profession, I can reach Brahman. Any sweeping, that also will take me, if I put my full attention, faith, and my body and mind into sweeping, that will also lead me towards Brahman. So, secular education or knowledge will certainly help us to get the right kind of experiences in life, which will elevate me, make me go towards that eternal abode, which is Brahman. Ayatanavan, Ayatanavan. One will become one with that abode, which is Brahman. The next one. Nakshtraणि va apamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati yo nakshatranamayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati apo vai nakshatranamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati ya evam veda yopamayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati. Now we are coming to Nakshatra. What is it going to tell us? Nakshatrani va apamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati. The constellation of stars, Nakshatrani, they are the support of water. What a combination. All the nakshatras are the support, base, abode for water. So, nakshatra. What is nakshatra? Naksharati iti nakshatra. So, these nakshatras, the star, position of the stars guides the astrologers, lunar calendar, panchanga, and also the position of different nakshatras, mainly 27. That position of nakshatra influences the life and also the birth and the death is also influenced by that nakshatra. See how it is connected. And also, while sailing on the ocean or journeying in darkness, nakshatra is used as the navigator. So, even for sadhakas, when any idea, thought, concept, prayer, chant, path, whatever we follow, for that also nakshatra guides. So it is called taraka. A mantra is called taraka mantra. A prayer, when we keep on reciting that prayer, it acts as taraka, one which gets us across. Tara, nakshatra. Tara is nakshatra. Taraka. Did you get the connection? So, many of the historical which would have taken place long back, like Mahabharata, Ramayana, even for that, the position of the nakshatras have helped to determine the dates of the happenings, the incidents. Destiny of the individuals are also determined depending on that, according to our Sanatana Dharma, which we are all following. That is about Nakshatra. In this mantra, Nakshatra means the fixed characteristics, laws, rules, regulations, the concepts, which are all fixed, determined, ordained, applied by Brahman through Brahma, the creator. So, it is that creator who has given those characteristics, rules, laws applicable to the whole manifestation, which can never be ullangha. That means one cannot disobey those orders or those rules and regulations. To that extent, it is fixed. Because Nakshatra Naksharati iti Nakshatra. The stars, they live for millions and billions of years. Like that, all these ordained rules and regulations, laws of the whole cosmos is fixed firmly, which will go on and on and on continuously for millions and billions of years. So they are called nakshatras, constellation. When we understand this, we can see that it is the notion or the concepts which are held on to strongly in this universe. So all the minds of the individuals are controlled by that Brahma, the creator, who has programmed all the individuals to follow those orders, laws, regulations. No one can disobey. Sarvanullanghya Shasana. In Lalita Sahasranama they tell it. Anullanghya. No one can disobey those shasanas, those laws. Yes, it is true. For example, Kala, Desha, Karya Karana Bhava. Every one of us are bound by it, bound by that Prakriti. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, everyone is bound by Prakriti, the nature. No one can escape or disobey. All of us have the notion-like concept which are designed, applied by that Brahman as Kala, that time. We are bound by time. We are bound by space. Think of it. But all are nothing but ideas. I am an individual. Everything else is separate from me. It is an idea. Direction wise, up and down, front and back, side to side. These are all only concepts. And the mind of every individual is also programmed by the Creator. And thus we are all living in one universe in which we are all common inhabitants. So, because we are all common inhabitants, our minds are programmed by that Brahma to accept and live the concepts like the time, past, present, future, space, here, there, the directions, 10 directions. They are not there. Or the cause and effect. That is also not there. They are all the notion like ideas, concepts, which we are all pursuing. And we have been programmed to see the same objects. Because of that, we think all objects are outside in the world and we are living in a solid world. This is our experience as individuals, jivatmas, isn't it? We live as though this world is permanent. Is that really the thing? No, there is only consciousness which is eternally there. When apa is experience, like the waves of the ocean, it comes, sustains itself, and then it dissolves. So, when the whole life is nothing but experiences, what we are perceiving also are experiences, just the experiences, nothing more to it. So, common perceptions of the objects are also programmed. So, we think we are living in a solid world outside. Objects are all outside. They're all the concepts which we are following, understanding, and living, which is giving rise to apa, various kinds of experiences. So these fixed notions or fixed laws and regulations, you can call it characteristics, nature, prakriti, all these are cannot be disobeyed in such a way that creator has created all living beings. Even devas who come as incarnations, even they will go through the laws of this universe, which cannot be disobeyed. So, yo nakshatranam ayatanam veda, ayatanaman bhavati. He who knows the support, base, propeller of these nakshatras, of this fixed characteristics of the universe, one who knows will have the ayatanam. He will get the good support, good grip on himself. Means what? In the first level, following the rules and regulations, the laws of the whole cosmos, believing that to be solid with confirmation, he lives as Jivatma, taking that as the abode. The next level is it can't be. There must be something else. That is when he finds out what is the support or base of these nakshatras, of these characteristics. How did it come into existence? When that questioning starts, he will elevate himself and he finds a new abode, which is also temporary. Like, I have well prepared for the interview. I go into that office. I will be asked to sit in the lobby or in a room, waiting room, with all others. So I breathe, relax, and I am enjoying myself. But I know that is not the end of it. I have to go to the room where the interviewing people will be there. I have to get into that room. That is where my destiny will be announced. How I fare there. Like that, in this level of understanding, yo nakshratranam ayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati. So his mind is propelled to go in the direction of finding out the support of or the base of abode of those nakshatras, the fixed characteristics, laws of this universe. Then he realizes, apo vai nakshatranam ayatanam, ayatanaman bhavati, ya evam veda. He realizes that, for all these nakshatras, the characteristics, it is the experiences of life which is giving the support. And for all experiences, it is those fixed ideas or notions, concepts which are propelling the experiences. And it is these experiences which are based on the nakshatras. They are interconnected. If we didn't have these fixed, like naksharati, nakshatra, like those nakshatras, which will never diminish or go away, they will live for millions of years. Like that, they are fixed and they are there firmly. And we are all living those concepts. It is those concepts, kala, desha, and I am different, I am this body, I am this mind, I am separate from everyone. Because of this, that is happening. That is the result of this cause. Depending on all these things, we create so many experiences in life because we are strongly living those concepts. We are living those notions. Those notions are giving these experiences. These experiences in return are also supporting those. Yes, yes, it is possible for me to be Jivatma because those laws are there working so strongly. See how they go hand in hand. So all experiences are nothing but Prakriti. Prakriti here we should understand Prakriti, nature. We normally take, or we should not take Prakriti, nature means the just the plants, rivers, sky, parvatas. No. Prakriti, nature means the total material reality. The material reality is Prakriti. And the two, they are in their original state. Basic nature as it is created, virgin, Prakriti. So when everything is created by that creator, everything what we are seeing, experiencing is Prakriti, Swabhava, Swabhava. In the same way, Apa, the experiences in life, that also we should understand. Experience means we can't take just what we experience out in the world or what we feel as emotions experience. No, it is not limited to that. experiences in life is because of bhava, means existence. Bhava, that which exists. What is the next thing to that? Anubhava, means experiencing that existence is anubhava. Feeling that experience of what is existing is anubhava. See how they are connected. Bhava, that which exists. Anubhava, that which is the experience, experiencing that existence. And feeling that experience is anubhava. If that is the understanding, experiences of life, our experience starts from the first breath we take, feeling, crying, feeling thirsty, hunger, the emotions what we feel within, and the emotions what we interact with people outside. Everything, every moment what we live is experience. That is what they are talking in this mantra pushpa as apa. So experiences of life, experiences in life includes everything, every thought, every action, voluntary, involuntary, things which are happening and which we are experiencing it. Even the heartbeats is an experience. We are experiencing it. Hunger, we are experiencing it. And we feel it also. So, we can understand the whole life, even all these things happening within, without, are nothing but just the experiences, notions, which are designed and applied to the whole cosmos, in which we are all common inhabitants going through those notions. If everything is notion like that, what is permanent then? Ayatana. The self, Atma, all pervading Atma, all pervading consciousness. Aham. Aham is not this aham, the false I, but A is Vishnu. Ha is Shiva. Leading towards the silence which is Nirguna. So, aham, the broader, the ever expansive meaning of aham, I am, would be all pervasive consciousness. Because it is entering this body, because it is entering this mind, it is projecting itself as an individual. That's it. Even for that individual Jivatma, it is only the notion which is propelling for that Jivatma to lead a life on this earth with all experiences which are based on the notions which are created by Brahma, the creator. And that creator Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, is also under that Brahman, which is pure consciousness, which is self-illuminous and always in witness. So, see how strong it is. That self-illuminous Brahman, Para-Brahman, is very much within every one of us. But because this creator Brahma has given the concepts like Nakshatras, constellation of Nakshatra, the constellation of laws and regulations, this Aham, the false I, which belongs to the mind, is taking the upper hand and making the being to forget that it is this Brahman who is making that Aham also to speak out as I am an individual. Everything else is separate. So, this mantra pushpa will help us to go towards that Brahman who is very much within, coming away from this false side. That should annihilate, dissolve in this Brahman. So everything is within. So Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti Om. 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 Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti Om.